pelik ni?
Abang tu kena buka fikiran abang. Anak kita ni lain daripada lain, bang.
Jadilah ni apa? Ha? Anak kita ni tak normal. Tak sempurna lagu tu. Buka mulut tu. Apa yang payah sangat ni?
Iki seng netok aki parane kita.
Hei, 1,000 tu. Mana aku nak cari ya?
Ikan sebab tanah ikil lah mulut ni. Kita ngerti asal usul keturunan kita.
Hei, dahlah dengan falsafah Jawa kau tu.
Korang adik-beradik pakat-pakat lah. Ambil balik tanah kita.
Amat terasa bila berjauhan.
Awak ni kenapa ni? Apa dah jadi ni?
Bila berjauhan.
Takut.
Saya, as you know, my name is Tunku Riza, okay, and saya berumur 53 tahun. Anyway, saya bermula dalam career in this industry, bukan dalam film industry, maksudnya in my career. Saya bermula sebagai in a commercial world, okay, sebagai from low lah, ya, from as a PA to line producer, so on and so forth, ya. I started in the commercial world. Kemudian saya venture into the different segment, which is for TV and feature. That is my in short lah my career, and that's my latar belakang, you know. And then I went to New York Film Academy to pursue my study in film making. Not because of anything else. Kerana masa saya pergi ke NYFA tu, saya dah mula directing. Tapi kerana saya tak ada banyak, there are not many female film directors in the commercial industry masa tu. Actually, there's only one, which was Arwah Yasmin Ahmad. Yeah. So for me to break into that industry, I need people to see me seriously. So hence why saya pergi ke NYFA to New York to do my film studies, and then since then. This is where I am, you know, the career just took me through. In terms of education, I was in this school called, I was in a convent school first, masa sekolah rendah, kemudian saya pergi ke Senior Methodist Girls School, and after that I went to Stafford College, and then to NYFA. Yeah, very simple, you know, simple, direct, linear in terms of education. Yeah. So in the commercial world, masa saya buat iklan dulu, saya dah buat iklan untuk selain daripada Malaysia, Singapore, Vietnam, Indonesia, Cambodia, dan juga for Thailand. Ya, a lot of regional job especially for household product, ya, macam FMCG and things like that. Because those days memang banyak a lot of they call it the for ASEAN, ya. So I've done things like that and done shooting outside Malaysia lah for the commercial side. In terms of my telemovie, okay, my first telemovie was Uri, and when I did that for Astro, and Datuk Kai dengan Datuk Sunny Boy and the whole team, bila dia yang tengok saya punya end product, ya, the quality of the film and the whole thing lah, for some reason they feel that it was good. Okay, Alhamdulillah. Hence why perkataan super telemovie dilahirkan. Kerana sebelum tu saya diberitahu tak ada perkataan super telemovie. So Uri, my first telemovie, is a platform of the introduction of the word super tele, dan juga masa itulah bermulanya bajet yang berbeza antara tele dan super tele. And then I did Parit Jawa, and I did Redha. Yeah, and then of course Parit Jawa has, I think, nominated and won Anugerah Screen and things like that. Yeah, Redha has travelled, quite a fair bit, Alhamdulillah. So in terms of the commercial was actually my route, and why I moved to this is because doing commercial and doing a long format are two different things. and I needed to know where do I stand as a filmmaker. Okay, influence dari segi iklan. Okay, I don't mean to offend anybody ya. Tapi masa saya bekerja dengan company called Yara Films, saya bekerja dengan banyak foreign film directors. Masa tu saya hanya sebagai executive producer. Saya belum current pictures belum ada lagi. Dan bila saya bekerja dengan foreign film directors, especially this particular person bernama Keith Rose, dia ialah South African, okay, and his command of storytelling and the way he command dalam pre-production is really mind-blowing. So to me, it's like, okay, when you know your stuff very well, then you become someone that people would respect and believe in. So that was silently masa tu saya dah rasa okay, oh this is interesting. But then one day when I watched Salam Bombay, because masa tu saya tak teringin langsung nak buat long format ke apa, nothing. I was more concentrated in doing TV commercial. Okay. In fact, masa tu pun saya cuma nak to be the one, I wanted to be the most successful owner and executive producer. I have no interest at all. No interest to go into film director. Langsung tak ada. Tapi bila the year that I saw Salam Bombay, and I saw that film 3 times. I mean seriously 3 times, yeah. And I was like, that really struck me. Then I was thinking like, okay, female director from India. She's not the most gorgeous woman, right? Tapi dia boleh ambil street kids from anak-anak kecil ni yang susah nak orang kata kalau nak direct anak, kalau nak tahu you are one of the well-known director, put them with children. If you boleh handle children, that means you can handle a lot more. As you know, budak-budak ni susah nak jaga kan on set. Nak dengar cakap sebenarnya susah. So what happened was she did it. And the story about the prostitution, about street kids and all that, it was so gripping for me. So much so that I said, okay, who is this lady? And I start reading more about her. And that's when I realised, okay, actually film ni memanglah, I mean I know film is a very powerful thing because I watch Gandhi and things like that, right? Tapi the way she did it, that was very inspiring. The voices of the lower, of the gutter, they call it. And that's what I love the most. Masa tu lah saya rasa, okay, I think mungkin eventually that's my goal, to be a film director. So that's what happened. So of course, you know, masa tu saya tak ada tak ada connection, tak tahu siapa-siapa dalam film industry as a friend, nothing. So saya punya world masa tu ialah iklan sahaja. So from there I started to say, okay, I want to go into directing. That's how I started lah. And then I happened to be given a break. My first commercial too, which is only like, it is a part pro bono. It's only about 50,000-60,000 ringgit. The punya budget is really small untuk this advertising agency called Ogilvy. That was the first commercial for me, yang long format where storytelling lah, in terms of pure narrative. That was about 60 seconds. So when I did that, that's when I start falling in love in, like, okay, you know, there are two sides of the world. One, you do commercial untuk make money, which is all the FMCG. Satu is to tell a story. But of course, it's not your idea lah kan, sebab iklan ni idea orang lain. Kita cuma as an executor sahaja. So, yeah. So if you ask me who my first love into this side of the world is Miranaya. You know, and then that's when I start watching more of her film, and yeah, beautiful. Kenapa, right? Okay, let's talk about my Parit Jawa first. Okay, Parit Jawa tu dia punya, to me, dia punya soul is besar. Besar maksudnya kerana cerita ni cerita tanah. Okay, di mana saja bila kita cakap pasal tanah tu, orang pergi perang kerana tanah. And this happens way back then, you know. People fight for that place, that home. So it is important because walaupun tanah tu ialah dalam cerita Parit Jawa tu ialah sekeping tanah rumah mereka, tapi itu adalah pusaka. Itu adalah orang kata hereditary, warisan dia. So bila benda yang kecil ni mungkin orang tak tahulah is important ke tidak pada yang lain. Pada saya is important kerana that is an identity. Ya. Macam arwah mak saya selalu kata, you know, apa-apa pun uri anak tu tanam kat tanah where you are at, because itu semangatnya, semangat tanah, semangat keluarga. So itu saya pegang. So bila Parit Jawa, bila Datuk Sani Boy bercerita dengan saya pasal cerita Parit Jawa ni, when we start talking about the idea, I love it because to me, when I speak to my maid masa tu, ya, my helper, I tanya dia, Priya, nama dia Priya. Saya cakap, kalau simpan duit ni, duit gaji ni, apa kamu buat? Dia kata, orang Indonesia tak lain dan tak bukan, dia beli tanah dulu, ibu. So I said, yeah, why? I said, tanah is everything to us. You know, we believe that we have to have that sekeping tanah. It's important. So then I was thinking that okay, ya betul, kita kat Penang ke, kat KL ke, di mana-mana saja pun kita masih bergaduh pasal tanah. Tapi saya nak ambil suara orang yang datang jauh ke sini, then they're still fighting about tanah. So that's why saya ambil orang Jawa, orang Malaysia, tapi dia punya warisan tu Jawa. So to show that, look, kalau orang dari luar ni datang ke sini bergaduh kan, nak jaga tanah dia orang walaupun tidak dilahirkan di sini, kenapa kita tidak? So actually that was a bigger message. Not bigger, sorry, it's a deeper message. Tapi of course the way I portray it, because bergaduh adik-beradik and all that, adik-beradik itu is a symbolic thing kalau if you see bigger than that, kan? Because yalah, orang lain mempunyai pendirian yang berbeza-beza. Nak jual benda kerana keinginan keduniaan. Dia lupa yang mak bapak ni dah fight for it, you know, to get that piece of land, work hard to get that piece of land. So it is a minority voice, tapi it's a bigger, orang kata apa ya? Yeah, and also a message to me. And then when it comes to luar biasa, of course, you know, this because of Riza. Riza tu sebenarnya saya memang tak expose sangat pasal autism. And it was by chance. And it all started because I met a friend whom I've known for a long time, right? Ini kawan yang dah kenal lama, tapi kita tak tahu beyond apa yang jadi dekat rumah tu. So one day when I start talking about this matter ni, then I realised that so shallow I am. You know, I am so, orang kata, knowledge saya terlalu nipis sangat. And there are so many Mona out there who are just like me. So I was thinking, say, if I want to do my first film, kalau saya nak to take the risk of doing my first film, let be a film whereby anak saya dan insyaAllah cucu-cicit saya, kalau dia orang dapat melihat, they will be proud of it. They will say, yeah, mom did a good job. Or mom or my grandma is prihatin lah, you know. So I have a voice that they will continue to carry. I mean, my voice they will continue to carry in terms of creating the awareness. So when I got to know about autism, that's when I said, okay, this is a subject yang orang tak tahu. It's actually a subjek yang susah nak difahami. Walaupun saya buat filem tu, kadang-kadang saya sendiri masih bukan keliru, macam like curious what it is all about, you know, because diorang punya spectrum tu berbeza, but somehow they need to be heard, because as a family yang mempunyai anak autism, they are struggling. They are fighting with a lot of things. So bila saya berjumpa dengan keluarga yang mempunyai anak autism ni, then I realise dia punya struggle tu banyak. Okay, kesabaran yang mereka harus hadapi every day memang amazing lah. Okay, but the struggle tu. So I was thinking, okay, if I do a film on autism, apa purpose-nya? Definitely not for my fame. Definitely not. It's for them. That's it, full stop, it's for them. Why for them? So that when they go out, the family go out, dia orang pergi ke mall, ke apa-apa saja, right? And bila anak dia orang buat tantrum, hopefully, and that was my, sincerely I'm telling you, that was my intention. If they go out, bawa anak-anak ada tantrum or meltdown whatsoever, community or society bila nampak anak ni macam ni, then mereka akan kata, yeah, it's not parents' fault. Mungkin dia ada spectrum autism ke apa ke, something like that. So they don't get a lot of, orang kata, pandangan yang you know, tak sedap, yang pandangan yang orang kata makes them feel very uncomfortable to be outside there. That was it. That was my intention. And honest to goodness, when I did the film, it was never for award, not at all. And I know the risk that I was taking. That I know that when I make this film, I'm not going to make money. I knew that. And I told that to my EP, who is my husband. And I said, this is a situation that we have to make a decision. It's either we dive in or we move out of this. So yeah, so that's what happened with Riza, you know. Tapi it's important. It's a story that needs to be told, and I'm glad I did. I really am, because after many years, the film is still being used for creating awareness. After many years, I get people to come to me and tell me, Tunku Mona, I was in the lift in Penang, and this not this year, last year, I was in the lift in Penang. And you know what? My son was in the lift and he start touching orang yang dia tak kenal. And this lady cakap, don't worry. I've seen the film Riza, right? And that was it. And that, to me, that's the biggest award. No number of awards that I have won could beat that, because I made it. I truly have made it.
Abang letak di atas dada abang. Abang cakap, degup jantung abang ni boleh tenangkan dia, bang. Dirasa bang apa yang abang rasa. Tak semua yang bernasib baik dapat anak syurga. Kena ingat yang tu.
Dan bila saya buat telemovie luar biasa under Karya 12 dengan Astro, saya terpegun dengan abang Rizan Fauzi. Rizan Fauzi ialah kita punya our first Paralympian yang menang gold in Rio, ya. But the story is actually sebab story ni ialah mengenai abang dia, which is Abang Pun, ya. See what happened is, Abang Pun masa dia kecil, dia struggle. Sebab selalu orang kata kalau kita ada adik yang kurang upaya atau berlainan upaya, abang tu akan lebih open up to the adik. Sebenarnya tidak. So saya sebenarnya terpegun dengan ceritanya abang dia tu. Kerana abang dia tu memang kata if I can, dia memang tak suka dengan adik dia. Because too many responsibility dia kena jaga. Adik buat salah, dia marah, kena marah. So to me it's nicer for me to see a different side of it. Selalu kita kata kita kena ada empathy towards anak kelainan upaya, tapi actually pressure tu akan terkena juga kepada adik-beradik yang lain. So that's why I decided to do luar biasa. Tapi in this film, at the end of the day, walau macam mana pun, dia punya support from the family itu is important. Okay, so luar biasa. Walaupun ceritanya mengenai abang dia, ya, perspektif daripada abang dia yang orang kata stres dengan anak adik dia yang berlainan keupayaannya. Tapi what is interesting is that kerana dia daring to tell the truth. Yeah, so that's what I like. Saya suka benda-benda yang the truth ni. And what happened is, even though there's a lot of dia marah, dia benci ke apa ke, at the end of the day, it's a family support. Itu yang penting. Macam mana pun orang kata air dicincang takkan putus, inilah dia. So to me, if you notice, a lot of my story somehow goes back to one small thing, which is one big thing. Family, family, family. You know, because you can have million friends in the world, but if you don't have a family, you don't have someone that is closest to you, who believe in you, to me, in my most humble opinion, you're still not there. You know, you're still not successful. You will not find that pure happiness, because to me it's important. Yeah. Okay, if you see macam Riza example, ya, dia punya kelemahan dia tu ialah in denial. Seorang bapa tak mau lihat, tak mau tahu, tak mau accept of keadaan anaknya tu. So that is kelemahan. Tapi how do I say, the strength, okay, comes in. He becomes a new person bila you can accept the reality of what you are going through. So in terms to be able to do that, to be able to be to cross, to accept, to meredakan keadaan atau menerima keadaan seadanya tu, you have to have perasaan kasih sayang. You must have that, because kasih sayang, it makes you soft. When you are soft, just like water, when you're soft, you can do anything. You can put in any container, it becomes exactly what you want it to be. So that's what it is all about, you know, when it comes to feminism and the being masculine in a story. Begitu juga dengan ceritanya Parit Jawa, ya, di mana the resentment of adik-beradik ni, one group of adik-beradik kerana nak jual tanah, because why? They want to, you know, to spend money on whatever they want to do. Tapi dalam cerita ni Imam Manan tak bagi, right? Why? Because that is that love he has for the family, right? So much so that it becomes painful for him to see what kind of siblings he has, that has brought him to an event that is sad, right? So when the youngest brother to realize, okay, I need to do something about it. That's when you realize, when you start realizing something, you know, when you bila you buka mata tu, that's when you realize that there is some sort of feeling of affection and love and caring. So there is a softness side of you. In human being, we all have that. No way that a human being do not have the two side of it. It's tergantung pada seseorang lah, dia nak ke sini atau ke situ. So that's what I'm showing in my film, you know, that you must have that side of it. To be able to forgive, you have to forget. You have to move on. You have to accept. Because if you don't, bak kata Star Wars, you go in the dark side. And that's what it is. Yeah? So to me, that's what I'm trying to show in all my film. Even in Uri also, you know, even in Luar Biasa, you get that. You must have that, because how else can you battle? Can you fight a battle? How else can you fight to heal your wound? It's through love, you know, through affection, through caring, through open arms. You will not be able to open arms if you don't have a good heart, you don't have a sweet heart, you don't have a gentle heart. And all that encompasses one word, love. Honestly, okay, masa saya buat Riza tu kan, like I said, I go back to one thing ni, my nawa itu. Kenapa saya nak buat filem ni? That's it. Dan jawapannya ialah untuk mereka keluar ke sana supaya mereka tak ada, they are not being judged, they are not being penalized for what they are. Itu saja. So masa tu saya tak terfikir yang it's gonna be satu benda yang kuat. Okay, saya tak terfikir all this, it never happened. Yeah, I mean never thought of it, never at all. So when you ask a question like that, it is very difficult for me to explain or answer, because I did it out of my most natural way, my most, that I just felt that I need to do. Because what if I'm a mother? What if this happened to me? All my children, all my relatives. That was it. So it wasn't about, I guess for some reason, Alhamdulillah, Allah decided to make this film becomes successful dari segi awards and things like that, recognition untuk awards and things like that. But honestly, you can't say that I've got a strong voice. I don't know whether I have a strong voice. I sincerely do not know. All I know is I just hope these people, this community will continue to be at ease with the help of Riza. Am I strong? Am I a very known film director? I honestly do not know. I don't have the answer. I just do what I need to do. That's it. No more, no less. I hope you don't mind me saying that. Yeah. For the young filmmakers or existing filmmakers or whatever, yeah, especially the ladies, the young ladies, believe in your story. Okay. I really want film directors, female film directors, they must know everything. Daripada pre-production, scripting, post-production, everything, the whole works. Okay? Be focused in what you want to do. Because this is the only thing that a lot of I hear when people say, oh, female film director ni bukan yang reti sangat tahu apa cerita, dia cuma tahu cakap, dia pilih pelakon yang reti berlakon and that's it, put it on the set. It's not true. Yeah. So as a female film director, they must know. They must be able to command on set. They must. Because kita ni surrounded by all male. The crew and all that. Yang female tu mostly wardrobe and PA and line producer, and the makeup artist. But the rest, yang tuan-tuan gagah-gagah ni semua are male. So when you are talking to your DP who is also a male, you must know what you want. You must do your homework very well. You must know your story very well. Okay? And if you think your story is a story of the minority, do it. Because those in the gutters will not be seen. But if you could see them, pull them out. Because they need to be heard. Those people who are in a small community will never be seen because people are just passing by. If you see them, again, tell their story because they need us. As you know, film is such a powerful medium. It has impacted me because of Salam Bombay, right? And they can do wonders too because they can tell other people's story. We filmmakers are bridge. We are bridges. We are nothing but bridges to tell their story to the audience. That's it. And when we tell the story, we try to tell the story the best we can so that, we will at least be respected and people appreciate you more. Yeah. First and foremost kan, talking about membawa filem Malaysia keluar kan. The first time when, first time I won was in Philippines. As you walk, people talk, they say, Tunku Mona from Malaysia, Redha. It's not Tunku Mona, Redha, Malaysia. It is Tunku Mona from Malaysia, Redha. Oh, it was a nice feeling. Nice feeling. In Kazan, okay, long walk and all that, right? The same thing, okay. Tunku Mona represent. It sounded as though you are in an Olympic or something. Tunku Mona representing Malaysia for her film, and they announce it. And you know, things like that makes you have these nice goosebumps. And I realized, wow, you know, I didn't know film can do this to other countries. You know, I didn't know that this film can do good things for the country, for our country, because well, this is the first time, right, for me. Okay, so much so that you know you get inspired and you want to say, okay, now I know why people want to win in their sports or in a tournament or win in their films or you know go out there and get their voices heard, because we need that. Malaysia need that. So it makes me feel good. It makes you feel like, yeah, come to my country. We've got so many races in our country, you know, and then they will be like, of course, some of them don't understand what the hell I'm talking about races and things like that. But you know, it's a topic that you can talk about. Like when I was in LA, same thing. They were so curious about Malaysia, and it was nice. And you see the guy, somebody from the embassy, Malaysian, it's not an embassy, what do you call it? It's like, it's not an HICOM, what do you call it? It's an embassy, yeah? A consulate, yeah. He was there with us. And I could see him beaming. How proud he is to talk about Malaysia. Because he's representing Malaysia. He's in charge of Malaysia in LA. He's there. That's his duty, right? And I saw him beaming, talking about Malaysia, talking about the location that they saw in the film. So, you know, film is bigger than that. You sell the country, you sell the location, you sell the culture, you sell everything that you want to sell about your country in a film. And because of that too, Wisana at that time was getting a lot of inquiries. So that was a plus point. Wisana is a place I use for location. Now, what the film has done was, okay, I knew it did a lot for Malaysia masa tu, okay, because it was it was released the same year, kan, in April. So the very first time, autism awareness was really high. So it was really rocking high, okay, and all over Malaysia, Sabah, Sarawak. The film has produced so many centres, give birth to centres from all over, mengata Malaysia lah dengan Sabah, Sarawak, okay. So that was good for the community. I didn't think that it would do the same thing in the festival. It did. When I went to Philippines, they were talking about centers and things like that. When I went to Kazan, I was taken to the centers. They were talking to me. You know, it's a autism center and special needs center actually, and they were talking about how can we collaborate between your country and our country. Of course, I put them in touch lah with the necessary people. Same thing in Singapore, same thing. So, you know, even in LA, I've got people who said, okay, you know, your film is exactly like my son. In Philippines, I got people coming out and said, same thing, all the same thing. I could relate, I could resonate. It's a reflection of our life. So, you know, and then you realize that, okay, this film may be in Bahasa Malaysia, it may be in a setting in Malaysia, pelakon local, tapi the feeling, the impact, the way they felt is the same. Whatever your background is, wherever you are, it's the same. So that was what I felt good about, you know, I really felt good, because then I realized that, okay, at the end of the day, you strip everything else, you, me, him, them, whatever, we're the same. We are no different. So that was a nice feeling. But the best feeling of all is that when you hear Tunku Mona, country first, Malaysia, then the name of the film. And when you go up on the stage, the same thing. I mean, how cool is that, you know? It's just awesome.